Fallout dust gives off dangerous radiation. It cannot be seen or felt. It has no smell. Anybody staying within reach of fallout for too long can fall ill or die. So you must keep away from fallout until it is safe. And this may mean staying in your fallout room for up to 14 days. Prepare yourself for this now by storing all the things you need. Put them in your fallout room or stacked up within easy reach close by. Here is a list of the most important things you will need. Drinking water. Food, mostly in tins. Portable radio and spare batteries. Household medicines and prescribed medicines. Box of dry sand, cloths or tissues for wiping plates and utensils. Notebook and pencil for messages. Brushes, shovel and cleaning materials, rubber or plastic gloves. Toys for children, books and magazines to pass the time. Clock and calendar. Finally, don't forget your booklet, Protect and Survive. It tells you how to make your home and family as safe as possible. All the items we've just told you about are...
War. War never changes. Since the dawn of man, when tribes beat each other to death over necessities, the will to power has been the driving force of mankind. When the great fires of humanity's ambition ravaged the earth, it was not our doing, for the bloodiest chapter of human history had only begun. Britain was not spared the hellfire, and London, a monument to mankind's ambition, was returned to the state of nature. Those who emerged from the ashes did so from a network of underground bunkers known as Pindar stations. And so it was that the embers of civilization would ignite once again. Over a century later, through the military might of the Tommies, an aristocratic parliament continues to give orders. But few are still listening. In the Tower Hamlets, the fifth column rises. Training drums beat and uniforms march, all in the name of their dear leader, Eve Varney. Across the Thames, in the pastures of Richmond, a great army gathers strength. Styled on the Camelot knights of days past, they're headed once more unto the breach. For there are whispers of angels beneath this hallowed land, a curtain of illusion and intrigue, a puppeteer behind the scene. Only one thing is certain. Those who take the road to Westminster will be forever changed. Because in mankind's pursuit of power, there is no price too high, no life too valuable, and no ideal too sacred. Because war never changes.
Mind the gap. Mind the gap. Stand clear of the doors, please.
Subject has been performing adequately. No spikes and visuals. Nothing unusual.
Perfectly usual.
Quite. Smythe will be pleased.
How are they in appearance?
Uncertain. Perhaps we should take a closer examination. Excellent. Rapid progress is being made. And with zero anomaly.
Of course. Now, what about their physical and mental development?
Gentlemen, I trust everything is going well.
Tremendously so. In fact, it may be our best work yet.
Good. The subject looks ready for conditioning. Within a week or so, we can wrap up Phase 1.
Thank you, sir. I'll set Phase 1 on autopilot.
See that it's done.
Seems to be rousing a bit.
Not to worry. Let's put them back under.
It's got no power. The bloody thing won't budge. Leave off it, Johnny. You're more useless than a fucking clock. Winston, you have a go.
You got it, boss. Uh-huh. Yeah, no power. I can remove it from the main network. But...
What the fuck's that on the camera? Right outside, look. It made one of the floors. I don't give a fuck. Just get us out of here. They'll have to find the long way.
Rerouting to emergency power.
Onwards and upwards.
Where are you going? I doubt you'll make it far, someone such as yourself. You were more useful as a lab rat.
Warning. Warning. Warning.
But alas, it seems I'm not long for this world. It's a shame, really. There was so much I wanted to do. Off you go, then.
System
Be
malfunction.
seeing you.
Emergency decontamination in effect. Going up.
You are quite the wayfarer, aren't you? Escaping all that hubbub. With all you've been through, I'm impressed. It seems I neglected to introduce myself. Very unprofessional of me. I'm Mr. Smythe. And you? Well, it doesn't matter who you are. Now, I'm sure you have many questions, and perhaps someday I'll answer them. But for now, wayfarer, let's not stand on parade. Since I'm all for giving one a sporting chance, I've unlocked the doors. Go. Stay safe, and remember, mind the gap.
Bloody hell, what was that?
Sounded painful if you ask me.
Better not be those dogs up to something. I swear if it is.
Not everything's the dogs, Johnny.
You look like shit, mate. You alright?
This one just came off the train, boss.
Quiet, the both of you. Well, well, well. If it isn't the lab rat. You made it out. You're in a right state, ain't you? Never had a crash round here before. Course. Winston.
Here, enjoy.
Name's Gaunt. Sebastian Gaunt. And these dredges are Chill Winston and Johnny Shrapnel. But you can ignore Johnny. We're the Vagabonds.
We're the roughest, toughest, sharpest gang round these parts. Not like the dogs.
Snuff it, Johnny. Don't scare away our new acquaintance. So, who are you exactly? Only the gentry use those trains. Looks like you're a wayfarer now, like the rest of us. Lewisham, or what's left of it. The Isle of Dogs Syndicate. Johnny gets a bit excited about him. Yeah, he was supposed to be a supply run.
We bought the location off someone in Thameshaven. Some old construction papers.
Yeah, well, you don't look like it. Well then, Wayfarer. Seems like you got two choices. You could head down that way to the Thames folk. Ain't exactly pleasant to look at, but appearances can be deceiving. They may even know a thing or two about that lab, seeing as they sold us the location. Otherwise, you can stick it out with me and my mates. We help you out, you help us out. How can I put this nicely? They look like chewing gum stamped into the pavement. Let's just say that we're not the only gang sniffing around London, and we need help dealing with the competition. Obviously, we'd give you a little pick-me-up first. You could just wander off in a random direction, but I wouldn't recommend it. I doubt that you'd last long in your state. Ace, we could use an extra pair of hands.
Here, take this for the road. Its best days are behind it.
Yeah. Twats in the periphery, hooligans that'll smack you, beefeaters that'll eat you, jack tars who'll stick a cannon up your arse, roundels in Hackney. Well, they keep to themselves unless you've got a thing against scooters. Miller's men are the slapheads over in Islington. Neighbouring next to them are the Pistols in Camden who want anarchy in the UK. All of that makes sense. So, as life dictates, you should probably stick with us. Know what I mean? The rest you can work out yourself, because I'm tired of monologuing. But yeah, if they shoot at you, they ain't your mate. Guns are more common round here these days, ever since Enfield opened its doors to all and sundry. You'll need to keep your head down. You ain't in that test tube anymore, sunshine. Now, left, right, left, right. I think they call it walking. The fuck?
What?
Ricky, what the fuck?
They attacked us. Took us by surprise.
How many?
2 or 3 IODs.
Fucking dogs. Fuck 'em all.
And what the fuck were they doing here?
They were... I feel faint.
Christ, you're pathetic. Wayfarer, get a first aid kit from Greenwich Station.
Watch your back, because I see exactly where my knife will fit.
You came back. Probably wanted to get rid of any reinforcements before the attack. They're clever, I'll give them that. Back to the Swan and Mitre, I suppose.
I've got a bullet in my abdomen. I've seen better days. After the IODs ambushed us, I heard them talking. There's gonna be an attack on the Swan and Mitre. The second I managed to give Gaunt that information, he left me here. The Whoreson left me to die.
Gaunt's gone. And he was the one with the medical know-how. Don't suppose you could fix me up? Unless one happens to walk by, you wouldn't reach one in time. I thought you knew what you were doing. Fuck. Go to the Swan and Mitre. Give them dogs hell. I'll see you in hell.
God save our gracious queen. Long live our noble queen. Hello? Odd to see a friendly face here. What are you after? Private Faye, at your service. Well, at someone's service. I'm doing something useful here, right? This isn't just some cruel punishment, is it? All I know at the moment is to mind my P's and Q's a bit more around Major Allen. I was telling jokes in the mess hall with some of the lads, and he went off at me. Said I should respect the uniform more. The next day, I found out I got assigned here. Bloody brilliant. Don't know what he was so upset about. Might have said some crude things, but so what? It's just Tommy humor. Here, what do you get if you cross Ivani with it? Actually, never mind. I should keep that one to myself from now on. Guarding, I think. I mean, I am a soldier. Not sure why anyone would ever come here, mind. But I'll guard it anyway. Drive off the odd scavenger and such, you know? I had some Thames folk mercenaries to help with the clear-up duties at one point. They're not affected by the tunnel cough, see? But they buggered off after we had a bit of a disagreement. Bloody thin-skinned sludge suckers. So now, I just stand here, waiting for the next guard rotation. I'm certainly not stepping foot inside. Thanks, I think. This here is the remnants of a fucking tragedy. We used to hole up tunnel cough victims here and attempt to contain the disease. We had doctors too, trying to study them, trying to treat them. Well, it didn't work. None of it. People rebelled, turned violent, broke out. They all died, of course, but not before spreading the disease even further. Not a lot to see now, other than a slew of corpses and a cloud of death. Mostly to keep the nosy idiots from getting themselves killed. I suggest you pay heed, unless you want a deadly taste of tunnel cough yourself. Mind the gap and all. What? Well, you know, that's what they say, isn't it? About watching out for tunnel cough. I think my gran said something about it starting off in tube stations. She was with the civil service and had some old leaflets and stuff teaching people to keep away from the tunnel cough areas. Mind the gap, they all said. So yeah, mind the gap. I suppose it does sound odd when you think about it. The only thing that can prevent it is a proper military gas mask. Which, thankfully, we Tommies have access to. I've heard some civilians been giving them for special missions, but that's way above my rank to know about. You can go ask, at base, if you're interested, over at the Imperial War Museum. Can't promise they'll care much for you, though. From what I've observed, death comes as a blissful escape, but only if you catch it lightly. You might get lucky. Enough stims and medicine, and you can pull through after a while. Get exposed to the big dose, though. Death, sure as nightfall, creeps its way across your flesh. What? Everyone knows what tunnel cough is. I mean, we don't know. From what I hear, attempts to study it haven't always ended well. But we all know to keep the hell away from it. Linger too long in the red miasma and your lungs start turning to mush. What starts as a pained, bloody cough swiftly turns your brain seizing up and your heart contracting in on itself. So watch yourself. There's enough bodies around here already without adding to the pile. It's just one of those facts of life, isn't it? Tunnel cough, radiation, hooligans, taxes. They just are, right? Though I guess it is interesting to consider how it came about. It all cropped up yonks ago. Maybe some science experiment gone wrong. Governments used to love lots of big science experiments. Who knows? It's just one of those things. Doesn't really matter anyway. Sure, beats just standing here on my own. Yeah? Weirdo.
my first bite, Brit.
Oh, hello there. Sorry for the rifle. You caught me in the middle of my hunt. There we go. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Grant Linden. How can I help you? Grant Linden. I'm a farmer. Me and my family, that is. Why'd you ask? Back at home, some of them are. My mum lives near the London Eye. Saved up for years to move over there. But we always get together at Christmas. Peg rats. I know, disgusting little buggers. But if you cook 'em right, they can be quite the delicacy. They can be quite repetitive, but at the end of the day, my family's never gone hungry. Ever. I must be doing something right then. So I'm a farmer now, and I'll stay one until the day I die. I have lived my whole life in this borough, and quite frankly, I don't need to go anywhere else. Very well. Old family heirloom. Priceless. My mum taught me how to use it back when she could walk. What? Greenwich? I know that it's the most beautiful place in all of London. Maybe the last beautiful place. I'm afraid not. The only doctor I ever saw was the family doctor, and he made house calls. It'd take him at least 2 days to get here, and you seem like you're in a hurry. I don't. In a word of advice, neither should you. But you don't seem like the type to take no for an answer. I can tell you what I know about these people, but I strongly emphasize you should not go after them. They're scrappy, and they're desperate for revenge. That's a very dangerous combination, if you ask me. I spoke with a couple of vagabonds. I understand why they do it. They want life to be one big boys' pub. Still, they treat each other kindly, and it's more than I can say for anyone else in London. The dogs are less of a gang and more of a corporation, which means they'll listen to tickets. Unfortunately, it means they won't listen to anything else. If it's not good business, they won't do it. They're as money hungry as the Thames folk, but they can't even pretend to be peaceful too. Didn't you hear me? Neither. You need to stay away from this mess and protect your own future. But if you want to throw in your lot with one of them, I'd pick the vagabonds. Not because they're better, mind you. The dogs aren't recruiting at the moment. It's not lucrative enough. Oh, please, the lion doesn't care about the ant gnawing at its paw. The gangs mean nothing to those people. Camelot and the Fifth Column would rather destroy one another before even thinking about the vagabonds. Go right ahead. Back to my hunt then. Toodles.
Little slag!
You're all guns, no balls.
your mum teach you better?
Hi, mate. What can Biv the Spiv do for you? Ah, it's just a bit of humour about, you know? Nothing wrong with my goods. I get them all from reputable sources. Whether those sources realise I'm procuring from them is perhaps another matter. What my mum would think if she saw me now. Ah, dirty hands indeed. Sure, load 'em up! Oh, now you're really gonna get me started. Us vagabonds control the turf around Bromley. Used to be, we controlled a lot more till the bloody syndicate stabbed us in the back. That's a bit of history, I guess. Sebastian Gort heads up the gang, like his dad did before him. His lieutenants help him out. We're based here in the Swan and Mitre. Beautiful pub, ain't she? Well, there's a lot to tell. The vagabonds have been around Bromley in some form or other since the Third Great Fire. Used to be lots of little gangs about. Mostly people trying to protect their areas, keep what little they had safe. We ended up in a big war with a group called the Normans. Bunch of French buggers from an old asylum centre. They came close to wiping us out at one point. Well, Gabriel Gaunt managed to drive them out at last. He formed an alliance with the Isle of Dogs Syndicate, and together we were able to take proper control of East London between us. Then Gabriel got ambitious, started dreaming big about a grand alliance of factions across the city. Always thought big, Gabriel. Unfortunately, Thomas Black had his own ambitions. He had the Syndicate stab us in the back at the Red Treaty, when the alliance was meant to be agreed. He murdered Gabriel and a lot of other good folk. We've been at war with them since. That was 10 years ago, and we've been on the back foot the whole time. We used to be somebody, but now, well, see for yourself. Don't you go telling this to his face, but he's a bloody hero of mine. A few years back, I was caught in a Syndicate ambush. Got my leg shot out from under me. I thought I was done for till Gaunt waltzed in, guns blazing, down the lot of them. He took a bullet to the shoulder, but he still carried me out of there himself. There's a lot here with similar stories. Gaunt's got the scars to show it too. The vagabond simply wouldn't exist without him keeping everyone together through the bad years. He's borne it all. He's kept us going, and he's never given in to those bastard dogs. Well, the oldest one is Blind Nelson. He's been around longer than anyone else remembers. He was blinded by the Syndicate during the Red Treaty, but he still keeps his wits about him. Then you got Chill Winston, or Quartermaster. He organises supplies and such. Just watch yourself with him. He acts nice, but he's a dark horse, I tell you. Bullet-Tooth Anthony is in charge of weapons. Decent bloke. Used to be married to my cousin Pete before the Syndicate took him down. And lastly, Johnny Shrapnel, who I'm fairly sure was born a few shells short of a cartridge, if you get my meaning. Means well, though, and he's not bad at making explosives when he can avoid burning off his eyebrows. Whatever you say, Gov. What? Bill's goods ain't good enough for you? You're stabbing me in the heart here. Well, you got Nadia down on High Street. She's got general goods for sale, but her prices aren't as good as mine, I tell you. Asmo sometimes comes down this way. Sells armour if you need some protection. Good stuff, too. No idea where he nicks it. I mean, sources it from. And of course you got Porter in the bar, you fancy a tipple. Mostly us. It's fairly contained around Bromley. Defensible too with the blast wall out east. Not easy for the Syndicate to ambush us here. Down south is the High Street with a few traders and some old ruins. Though I hear some hooligans and cultist types have been creeping in recently. Southwest is the old airport. There's some fanciful tales from over there of talking trees. Always hard to tell if it's just the Thames talking though. Straight west is Lewisham. If you're heading there, watch out for the tunnel cough round Blackheath. If you start seeing red spots, then fucking leg it before your lungs collapse. And back up north is the way to the main city. Alright then. You got all day? I travel about a fair bit, and I swear I still haven't seen anywhere near all of it. But I know a thing or two about this city, to be sure. What you want to know? Technically the Queen, but I'm not sure she gets out much these days. Lots of rumours flying around about that. Operating for her are the gentry, all holed up in Westminster Paradise. They've got a fancy parliament and civil service and a lot of other nonsense. Not that anyone has any faith in that pretense of democracy. The gentry rule to enrich themselves, and they don't even try to hide it. But not much can be done about it whilst they have the Tommies operating as their muscle. They have a big base in Southwark, but you'll see them all over the place. Thankfully, we're mostly out of their reach here, but we still don't dare mess with them. The Tommies are proper well equipped, and wrapped up in a wretched swamp, the Isle of Dogs Syndicate. Curse their rotten souls. Based up in Millwall. They're in cahoots with the gentry and carry out all their dirty work. Indentured workhouses, child labour, torture sites. Heavy rivals for biggest bunch of pricks in London. Plenty of other gangs about. Pistols in Camden, Roundels in Hackney. They're not bad sorts. Miller's men can be reasoned with too, even if they're a bunch of arseholes. Chapters are another matter though. They shoot at anyone coming into their territory around Greenwich, and the less said about the crazy beef eaters, the better. Keep the hell away from the Tower of London. Not everything's nasty in London, mind. Eastminster may be poor, but a lot of good folk live there, and the market at Trafalgar Square is proper pucker. And near the St. Paul's Cathedral run a sanctuary of sorts for the down and out. Lovely place. Well, everyone always talk about the collapse of the gentry like it's an imminent event. The way they run the place just don't seem sustainable. But change ain't easy. Especially no one can lead the change. Of course you got the Fifth Column and Camelot fighting over who's best to take over. But I swear someone must be playing them like puppets, because neither get much done whilst they're busy hating on each other. But we have our own war with the Syndicate to keep us occupied, so we don't pay them much heed. Fifth Column are worth hating, mind. They talk a lot of tosh about being for the people, but we all know they're fascist pigs. They're squared up in Cable Street, north of the river if you fancy going there to spit on them. Though I can't say Camelot are a much better alternative. Bunch of grown men and women dressing up as knights? Bloody balmy. They have some big pretend fort way out west. You want to know more than all that? Ha! I suggest you go see for yourself. The blast walls, they go back before a war. Was a way of slicing up the boroughs and keeping people contained. They said it was for the people's safety in case of war. Fat lot of good they did when the bombs started dropping. And now the gentry use them to keep us divided and keep themselves safe. The world hasn't changed in a lot of ways. Sure. Let me think. Well, Jan was looking for some help in doing up the pub after the recent attack. Always short of hands, Jan. I heard old Sid needed some help with something, but he's been a bit stum on exactly what. Young Rain, Yvette's niece, she were getting stressed about some problem or other. Don't know where she's about at the moment, though. But if you want real work, then Gaunt and the lieutenants are you should really be speaking to. They'll have plenty of that needs sorting. More bodies, getting shite done and all that. Looking to settle your bum down, are you? There's a big gaff right behind the Swan. You can get down there by that alleyway with the arch. Perfect little garage hideout right by Mark Holden Motorcycles. Used to be a motorbike repair shop back before the war, did. The old governors, Martin Darren, they're still out front rotten. Make sure to say hi to them as you pass by. It's a vagabond tradition, that is. On my travels, I've spotted a few more places round the way that might do the trick for you. All prime real estate. Though you'll have to suss those out on your own. Only the finest. Come have a butcher's.
very quiet, aren't they? Get ready, mates.
You'd have to be insane to take on the Tommies. What are you doing around these parts?
Greetings, citizen. May I be of service? The Prilladog Food Factory. It's exactly what it says on the tin. This is a food processing and canning factory. Food from here gets supplied all over London. Us Tommies have a special deal here, arranging security and protection in exchange for discounted rations. The army practically runs on Prilladog tins. They're ever so Moorish, I must say. We provide strictly external security, though, protecting from hooligans and such. Whatever disputes they have going on inside are entirely their own business. Forsyth's the name. I'm a sergeant with the Tommies. I've been in service for 6 years or so. You don't know. We're the main security around London, enforcing the rule of law and whatnot. Why, the city would be in utter ruins without us. You sound like my sister. High on righteous indignation after reading too many fifth column leaflets. Well, London may not be perfect, but it's a darn sight better than anything outside our city walls. If it wasn't for us keeping what peace we have, the whole of London would descend into chaos. I don't think recruitment season is open right now, but go check over at the Imperial War Museum in case there's any work going. Just be prepared for about 6 months of paperwork and bureaucracy. I love the Tommies dearly, but if I have to sign one more damned approval form. Certainly. Very well. Have a pleasant day, then.
Mind the gap in all that.
The fuck is your problem? I won't be calming down anytime soon. Me bloody dogs are dead because of you. They were mine. Churchill and the others. Some were strays, maybe. But mine, I fed them every day. That ain't true. They took a liking to most people. Your ugly mug must have set them off. To be honest, he's always getting picked on by the other strays. He really needs a home. With me work and all, I don't really have time to take care of the little guy properly. Why not make amends for everything? Think you could adopt him? Churchill's his name. Great. He's a real good boy. You do right by him, he'll do right by you. Just give him a little pat on the head if you want to take him with you. He's smart enough to work out the rest. Anyway, enough about the dog talk. Why are you here? Thameshaven. Don't know why you'd want to go there. But if you insist, keep following the road, past the bunker, past Fesco, then turn right. Keep going, and you'll reach the old tube station. It's down there. Doctor, here, you're having a... I'm not supposed to talk about our health and safety practices. It's in me contract. Sure.
Rule Britannia, Britannia, rule the waves. Britons never, never, never shall be slaves.
I've been hoofing it on them streets for miles. And let me tell ya, the dosh ain't worth a bleeding bob. I've got a bit of sympathy for that pack mule, lugging around this load of rubbish. But I reckon it's a sight better off than me.
State your business, civilian. Really? Not many go looking for it, but each to their own, I guess. Thameshaven is under lockdown, from what we've been able to gather. They've barricaded themselves in. No one goes in or out. Seems their pest problem finally got out of control. Beneath us, in the flooded remains of Canada Water Station, Thames folk like to keep to themselves. Personally, I wouldn't mind helping them. Thames folk are folk just like you and me, but we just don't have the authorization. The orders from up top are clear. No interference with the Thames folk. Mutants, children of the Thames. Some of my comrades call them sludge suckers, but never to their face. If you've never seen one, prepare yourself. Gaunt, eh? I'd steer clear of him. He's a wanted man in these parts, though I hear he's a friend of the Thames folk. Can't say that I have. That's the sort of thing the Thames folk might know more about. Most of them have taken to living beneath the surface. Just to be clear, I don't advise doing this unless absolutely necessary. They've barricaded the main entrance. You'll have to go in the long way around, through the south entrance. Find their leader, Rachel Hall. Good luck. We won't go quietly. You can count on that.
Going down. Lobby. Going up. Ground floor.
There's no use, Rachel. It's a lost cause.
Lost cause? Listen here, Robert Clarkson. This is our home.
It's time to move on. Thames Haven is lost. Give the orders to tear down these barricades and evacuate the market.
You'd have me leave the ferryman to die.
You'd send more Thames folk to die. Or should we just sit here and wait to be overrun? Besides, he'll be fine on his own. Always has done before.
I won't abandon him. Nor Thames Haven.
Hold on. Looks like we have a tourist.
Who are you? How do you get in here? I see. We didn't expect anyone to come through that way. Most of the station back there is caved in on itself. What brought you to Thames Haven, outsider? We have one. Dr. Alan Webb. He's in the market. Unfortunately, we can't open the gate to outsiders. Not yet. Any other reason why you came here, of all places? I've heard of such places. We were given some old construction papers a while back. Sold them to Sebastian Gaunt. They documented the construction of a laboratory beneath the Shard. I suppose that's where you woke up. And I suppose you'll want to know where we got those papers. I hate to hold this information ransom, but we're desperate. Help us out, and I'll tell you who we got them from. I hate to be a pain, but there may not be a Thames Haven left very soon. Help us out and I'll tell you anything you want to know. We've had to abandon the main residential district. It became infested with all manner of horrible creatures. The market's secure, but we have to take control of the situation. Otherwise, we'll have to abandon Thames Haven entirely. The ferryman's still down there, continuing the fight. Find him and help, if he's still alive. He doesn't spend much time here in Thames Haven. Considers himself some sort of shaman. He looks out for us. Brings us supplies and the like. He doesn't have the, pacifist instinct. About that, we've blocked everything off. The only way into the district is down the elevator shaft. Here, you'll want to take some Radex first. Good luck.
Since you came to my rescue, I'm guessing you're a friend. Excellent. Bleeding out was always part of the plan. In all seriousness, I found the breach. Just need to seal it. And take care of our unwelcome guests. Oh, I did wonder how long they'd leave me to fend for myself. Now I need to recover. Here. Take this. The breach is right next to a load-bearing pillar. The whole tunnel needs sealing. Once it's blocked and the district's clear, take the utility route up to the market.
We all heard the explosion. Since you're alive, I'm guessing thanks are in order. The Thames folk are grateful. Thank you. Now, about this underground lab. We had a human boy, Archie, living here for a time. He gave me those construction papers as a gift. Before you ask, he's already moved on. You see, some of the Thames folk. That's a lie. Most weren't happy with a human living down here. Archie left before there was too much bad blood. The ferryman should know where he went. He was the one that brought the boy here in the first place. Dr. Webb's with him in the infirmary. He sends his regards. You should stop by. Thanks again. Tell Archie I said hello, if you find him. Tell him I'm sorry things didn't work out. Is there anything else you needed? Ask away. My name is Rachel Hall. I basically run Thameshaven. Well, so does Bob. Just not as much. We're people, just like you. We just look a little different. If you need anything else, just ask. Stay safe up there.
Let the surface dwellers kill each other. We'll be safe here.
It's good to know that, at least once in a while, I can rely on the help of a stranger. You have my thanks. Rachel told me about your predicament. I pity you. If one has no past, then through what lens are they to view the future? If there's any way I can help you, any information I can give you, I will. Not much. Only what the boy told me. He woke up in another lab, like you. Except he remembers how he got there. I didn't press him for details. He seemed shook up about it. Understandable. I've met many people in my travels along the Thames, but no one by that name. I know quite a few Smiths, though. I know he's a violent man, but who isn't these days? I try not to involve myself in inland politics. To me, the Isle of Dogs Syndicate and the Vagabonds are one and the same. I won't get invested in their conflict. The general mood in Thameshaven leads towards the Vagabonds. Sebastian Gaunt is a good customer. Not soon enough. The doc says I need to rest up for a while before I can return to my boat. I didn't know where else to take him. I thought he'd be safe down here. I was fishing one night on the north side of the Thames. That's when he found me. I came running down the steps to the embankment. I'd never met him before. He was being chased by... I don't know. I think they were soldiers. I didn't recognize their uniforms. They weren't the Tommies or the Fifth Column, but they were well equipped. We got away by the skin of our teeth. It's good fortune that my boat was ready to set sail. I saw them all right. I just didn't recognize them. If there was one thing that stood out, it would be their faces. They seemed bored, as if they didn't care about catching him. Their bodies told a different story. I've never seen anyone run that fast before. They were seconds away from snatching him. I only know he was kidnapped by the same people he was running from. They took him and some others to a laboratory underground. When I asked about the others, he went quiet. I don't think they made it out. You must realize that his story was of no personal interest to me. So I didn't ask as many questions as you'd probably like. The Thames folk here don't get out much. Thames Haven is an enclave. Most of them have spent too much time around their own kind to trust humans. It was a mistake to bring him here. He was all but forced out. I took him east, to a settlement in Rotherhithe, near that crashed plane. Last I heard, they were facing problems of their own. Not too dissimilar to Thames Haven's tribulations. These are dark times for our people. Archie may still be there. I hope he is. For your sake as much as his. You'd be hard-pressed these days to find someone willing to burden themselves with another mouth to feed. I hope so. A lot of the Thames folk settlements I've made contact with in the past few months have reported some kind of infestation. Mitten lurks, leeches, pig rats, you name it. If it's not a coincidence, things are worse than I thought. I'd take you there myself, but I need to rest. Doctor's orders.
The surface world gets louder and louder each day.
Watch yourself. Yeah, I'm working on my turn. Don't want to catch some rays. Name's Morgan. I'm in the security business. Because I was one, I got out before I got killed. Finally, someone with a head on their shoulders. My old section got wiped out by the Jackdaws. Maniacs with artillery. The sergeant thought it'd be a good idea to take a shortcut through their turf, the old Royal Naval College. If that wasn't bad enough, he decided we should requisition a crate of their weapons. Storm was raging that night. He said they wouldn't notice us. We thought we were gonna make it. Nearly made it out of range of their artillery. If I was standing 5 feet to the left, I would have been blown to smithereens like the rest of them. I didn't feel like going back to the Imperial War Museum, hat in hand, having to explain and take accountability for my superior officer's actions. So here I am. Tough luck. My nautical employers are holding up in there until it's safe to come out. And since I need to be here to make sure no harm befalls them, I can't exactly be going around smashing up blokes' nests, can I? See ya. Yeah.